Right now on Up with Krem, detectives continue their investigation into a deadly crash near Loon Lake. Now they want to hear from witnesses to learn more about what happened. Plus, some of you may receive your child tax credits very soon. Our Verify team found out when people will receive the enhanced monthly payments.
And we're going to take you outside where we saw a little bit of rain earlier this morning. That rain's still coming down across parts of the inland northwest. We'll let you know what your odds of seeing more are later this week.
Up with Krem begins now.
Hey there, good morning. Thanks so much for being with us on Up with Krem. I'm Tim Pham. We do want to get right to our big story of the morning. Right now, the State Patrol is asking for witnesses to a deadly accident near Loon Lake. Brandon T. Jones is live from Highway 395 right now, where the crash happened this week. Good morning, Brandon. What can you tell us?
Well, Tim, this morning detectives are still trying to figure out and investigate what caused this fatal crash. They're asking anyone who may have been near or have saw this crash to call in that number that you see on your screen. So right behind me is where that accident occurred, right on Highway 395. According to the Spokane Fire Department, a Stevens County fire truck was headed to a call with its lights and sirens on, and that's when a car traveling northwest crossed the center line, hitting the truck here at full speed, with 3 passengers of the car died at the scene.
I've been doing this for 35 years, and as far as auto accidents goes, that's probably one of the worst I've encountered as far as the destruction of both people and machine.
Both firefighters had non-life-threatening injuries and have since been released from the hospital. When we looked into that specific intersection, we found that this is the 3rd fatal crash here since 2011. That's when you look at just Grote Road in the intersection on either side of Grote. We also found that the area has an average of 1.5 injury or fatal crashes every single year. As of right now, the Stevens County coroner has not released the identities of those who lost their lives in this crash, but WSP is asking anyone who may have been in the area to please call in with any information you have so they can get to the bottom of what caused this fatal accident. Tim?
Brandon, thanks so much for that update. All right, just about 7:03 now on a Wednesday morning, Jeremy. Some people woke up to some rain this morning if you got up early, but it looks like it's moving out.
Aw.
I know. You want the rain.
We do. We really want the rain, and we did see a
course.
little bit early this morning, and I know Tim and I got to see it early as we came into work. Now it seems things are drying out pretty quickly for us here in Spokane, but still an absolutely gorgeous start to the day. Look at the streets. Streets drying out quickly, but look at the trees. Nice and green thanks to that little wash early this morning. Temps sitting around 50 with some clouds. Now, we didn't see much. It was less than 1/10 of an inch, and really it was only about 2/100ths of an inch of rain, but that was enough. That kicked up a little bit of pollen. Your nose might be kind of a little itchy early on this morning thanks to some of that rain. Coeur d'Alene on the backside of that as temps climb into the low 50s. Sandpoint still in it. We're really around 50 degrees just about everywhere. And here is that rain we were talking about. Notice it's kind of starting to dissipate. We don't have much energy. We don't have much moisture. And we're seeing a couple more of those showers kind of lingering. Looks like Spokane Valley, Post Falls, you're about to get in on another quick round. Keep in mind, this is the kind of rain where I was standing outside in my suit earlier, kind of going, not much. Where you get into those deeper greens and yellows, you might get more, but for now, I don't know. I would say leave the raincoat at home because by this afternoon, pretty much winds down unless you're off to the north. Chewelah, you'll be in it a little bit longer. Deer Park, I don't think you really get in on this afternoon rain, and then it kind of lifts off and moves out. But tomorrow, another round of it. It's what we call an upper level low tracking through. And does it hit us? Probably not. Looks like most of that goes out to our east. So unfortunately, this was our best shot at it. And by this afternoon, we're dry and in the mid to upper 60s.
7:04 now, it's time for your morning rush. More news in less time. Chris Stanford is Gonzaga's new athletic director. He has worked at GU since 1993 and served as deputy athletic director since 2015.
We just need to be, and we are, preparing for that, for the eventuality of these rules to be known to us and be able to make sure that where other people see challenge, we find opportunity and that we continue to grow.
Stanford says his immediate goals are to make incremental improvements and prepare for changes in athletes' name, image, likeness, monetization, and recruiting. Pfizer says they are now testing its COVID vaccine in children 11 and younger. The trials will take place at more than 90 clinical sites in the U.S., Finland, Poland, and Spain. Children will receive a lower dose than what is being used in those ages 12 and older. Moderna says its COVID-19 vaccine will likely be available for children as young as 5 years old in early fall. The company is also testing its shots in children as young as 6 months old. Silverwood theme park is boosting its security after someone tried to set fire to one of their roller coasters over the weekend. The Coeur d'Alene Press reports someone actually cut through Silverwood's fence off of Brunner Road. The suspect then ran a line of gasoline to the timber terror, set it on fire, and ran away. The fire was quickly spotted by the park's night security team and extinguished it. Right now, there are no suspects. Officials are suggesting a train derailment on the west side may have not been an accident. 7 train cars carrying crude oil went off the tracks last November north of Bellingham. Several cars caught on fire. Experts say someone with specialized knowledge about the trains could be responsible. According to the union representing the train's conductor, 2 women were arrested 3 weeks earlier near the area, accused of tampering with the tracks. A federal investigation is underway. Well, you can fish in both Washington and Idaho this weekend without a license. Idaho's free fishing day will be on Saturday. Meanwhile, Washington's will be throughout the entire weekend. And there will be thousands of locations for you to fish at. Just check Idaho or Washington's Game and Fish website for more information. And that is your Morning Rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKrem on social media. And still ahead on Up with Krem, Pride was not always a large celebration. Coming up after the break, how the nation went from celebrating on one day to a whole month. Plus, Governor Brad Little will be in North Idaho today. In our next half hour, we take a look at his agenda for the day.
And of course, we're going to take you outside, talk our morning showers, and the chances of more rain later this week before a big-time warm-up hits this weekend.
We are celebrating Pride Month every Wednesday right here on Up with Krem. We spoke to Ricky Webster, the holiday cookie champion and the owner of Rind and Wheat. He tells us what Pride means to him.
You know, Pride Month is very important to me. As a member of the LGBTQ community, it's important for me just to welcome others, and to me that's extremely powerful, and that's why, you know, wearing this little rainbow on my t-shirt or having these visible in shop, even if you're not buying them, just kind of gives that person that thought of like, hey, there's people here to welcome me no matter what.